Icehounds are going to take on the North Central Panthers. My name is Fred Mangin, and joining me this evening for the first time is Mike Shookman. Mike is sitting over here. Mike and I have been involved with youth hockey and high school hockey for a good many years. And also this evening we have a young man sitting here in between us who stopped by. He's in from St. Louis, is Sean Mangin. Sean played about 12 years here with the youth hockey program and is living over in St. Louis and playing for the University of Missouri club sport. And I see he's got his Cub jacket on. So it's nice to have you home, Sean, for the weekend. And you're familiar with the Carmel Icehounds hockey program, and it's Coach Whitey Ginnon is kept up the same style of play that it did when you played against him. And how many years ago has that been?
Oh, it's been about 4 years now since I played. Looking through the roster, I think I coached most of these people or played against even some of them.
Well, that's the nice thing about the youth hockey program. Mike can testify to this, the fact that we were looking over the rosters here. Mike, we had some of these boys, they're now juniors and seniors in high school, and we had them when they were 5 and 6 years old.
I'm not sure I want to admit to that, Fred.
Well, that's good. The Carmel Icehounds are taking the ice. They're warmed up. North Central is about ready to join us. And Sean, it was nice seeing you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Okay, good. Mike, welcome. What we're going to do this evening, our telecasts are being brought to you by our friends over at Cleverly Cadillac. And what we've been doing is we've been picking out a Cleverly Cadillac player of the period. So why don't we start the first period, and we'll remind the folks at home, the first-time viewers, in high school hockey we play 3 14-minute periods. We're getting a little competition here with the warm-up music, so we'll try to speak over them.
Well, Carmel's always used that hot music when they've had their warm-ups. It kind of gets the kids pumping, gets their legs going, and they skate with the rhythm of the music, and it serves a purpose, besides giving me a headache.
Well, getting back to our Cleverly Cadillac player of the period, what we'll do is the first period we'll start with. Why don't you watch North Central?
Okay.
And you pick out who you would deem the Cleverly Cadillac player of the period, and I'll watch Carmel. And then the second period we'll switch. As I started to say, I don't know if the fans heard us out there. We play 3 14-minute periods. This is a league game, Mike, and you and I might go over the league standings. Carmel is in first place. North Central is in third place at this time, and the Carmel Icehound program is doing fine. Coach Whitey Ginnon has got his young men on track. I talked with him before the game, and he said he's real happy with the style of play. They're coming along, they're working, they're practicing very hard. Your son played 3 years for
two
years for Coach Ginnon, so you know what the practices are all about.
Well, I think Whitey likes to gear his team much like Bobby Knight in basketball. He gets them started, but he's really pointing for the end of the season to come on strong, and he works all season long on several things. And when he sees improvement, that makes Whitey happy. And this is a very young team that Carmel has, as is North Central's, as a matter of fact.
It is. I was looking over the stats here. North Central comes in with a squad of 3 freshmen, 3 sophomores, 6 juniors, and 3 seniors. And out of that, we have 2 goalies, so they have relatively a small squad.
They're going to have some very strong legs to skate with Carmel, because Carmel will take it to them all night long. And when you're skating with 2 lines and only 3 extra people, it's going to take a great effort on North Central's part.
Looking over the Icehounds roster, we have 1 freshman, we have 9 sophomores, 6 juniors, and 4 seniors. So the Icehounds have a relatively well-balanced young squad.
At the same time, I would think that's probably Whitey's youngest team that he's had in years. I know I talked to him earlier in the year, and he was pretty excited about the future of this team, and I can understand why.
Well, looking over the statistics, the Icehounds come in with a record of 12 wins, 11 defeats, and no ties, whereas North Central has 8 victories, 10 defeats, and 1 tie. And I would suppose I've watched the majority of the Icehound games this year. Their big test is going to come tomorrow night, and the Cincinnati midget team is going to be in here, and they always bring a well-balanced, well-executed squad. So that'll be a big test for the Icehounds.
Well, that's one of the things that Whitey likes to do, Fred, is he likes to get very strong competition outside of his league so that he can point for the league games and then eventually the state playoffs. And I think their record sometimes belies their ability, where they really come on and play well at the end of the year. They've done it because they've gotten out early and played against very strong competition as the Cincinnati Midgets and some of the teams out of St. Louis and Chicago. They reach out and find competition that Whitey feels is going to get them ready.
We televised a game a couple weeks ago, the Milwaukee Shaw, and they're a perennial team out of the state of Wisconsin. They're always a state champion, or they're right up amongst there. And they brought a squad in here. They only had 8 boys skating, and we thought it was going to be a cakewalk. But, boy, I tell you, they play a different brand of hockey. The Icehounds did beat them 2 consecutive games, but it was by 1 goal in each game. It was a fine series.
I think that points out a little bit also about the youth of this squad, because last year's team played Milwaukee Shaw on 2 occasions up in Milwaukee, and I think the closest they came to us was 13 goals. So they lost probably 8 or 9 seniors off of last year's team, and it takes a while for the young kids to get used to Whitey's coaching style and what he wants out of a player, and this team's going to be okay.
Looking over the statistics here, you and I can probably relate to some of the names. Of course, we know almost all the boys from the Icehounds, but we've had several of these fellas from Carmel, or from North Central, and probably, I guess, our favorite player over the years would have to be number 17.
Probably the most entertaining hockey player I've ever had the occasion to be involved with.
Well, I'd also say that too. Old Rob Whitaker. I noticed that they have him listed as a senior, or he is a senior, but he's listed as a center. But you and I both know that probably after 20 years of hockey, he's probably not real sure what position he's playing. We always thought he was left wing or right wing or whatever wing he was.
I think we'll see Rob all over the ice. He's a very competitive kid, and he works hard, and he's just a real delight to coach. I've had the occasion to coach him several times in All-Stars down through the years, and as you said, he'll give it an effort.
Some of the other boys we might watch is number 22, Eric Lindstrom, 19, Mr. Heineman. He's been around for a while. Number 18, T.J. Butler. Number 11, Bobby York. I think Bobby York is a freshman, and he's getting ready to go. Now let's stand by. We're going to have our opening announcements, our introductions here.
Tonight's hockey game is between the visiting North Central Panthers and our own Carmel Icehounds. As I call it,
I'm going to do the second and third period up there. Just listen to you guys.
introducing the starting lineup for the visiting North Central Panthers.
It's easy.
Wearing jersey number 1, in playing in goal, Mike Nemeth.
That end of it, then I'll have a better
At right defense, number 22, Eric Lindstrom.
And then I'm going to do the second 2 periods up there.
Number 6, Guy Giancarlo. At center, number 2, Troy Tyner. At right wing, number 19, Garrett Pikeman. And at left wing, number 18, T.J. Butler. The North Central Panthers are coached by Mr. David Morris, assisted by Buddy Tyner. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for your Carmel Icehounds. Starting in goal, number 1, Jason Schubert. At right defense, number 4, Pete Gray. gentlemen, your national anthem.
Okay, Mike, we're about ready to go. Looking over there, we got a nice crowd. Seems like there's a lot of students. This is always an excellent game between North Central and Carmel. They've always been two very competitive teams, and North Central, of course, is not going to let the Icehounds have a cakewalk here at all.
I think this is one of those situations down through the years you've been able to throw the records out on these games. The North Central Carmel rivalry does in fact extend over into hockey, even though this is not a sport that is necessarily sponsored by the IHSAA. The rivalry does extend into hockey, and you can throw out whatever records exist because they go at each other tooth and nail.
We might also mention that, again, for our first-time viewers, that our high school conference is made up of Carmel and North Central, Lawrence, Perry, Bloomington, Columbus, Park Tudor, and Brebeuf. We play about 3 months of hockey, and then we get into the state finals. And there's 3 classification of hockey, and normally Carmel and North Central is in the AAA division.
I think perhaps one of the things that ought to be noted that is throughout this league, that most of these boys have come up through the Youth Hockey Association, started playing when they were 4 and 5 years old, and have stayed with the sport because it's been a good competitive sport for them, and they've always had equal ice time, and it's just been something that's been very enjoyable for them. I noticed in the opening lineup that the line of Baiha, Wadsworth, and McDonald have accounted for about 45% of Carmel's goals this year.
Well, that's a good assessment. The puck has been dropped, and it was taken by North Central, and there's already been a shot. Jason Schubert, the Carmel goalie, covered up nice. We might mention here the first 2 or 3 minutes of the play normally is a little ragged. The boys, no matter how many games they play, have a little butterflies, and we get going. There's an outlet pass taken down by Danny Baja. Danny Baja takes it in, took a shot on the North Central goalie. It went wide. I'm not sure if it was a kick save or a pad save. It looks like North Central is controlling the puck right now, trying to get something going. There's an outlet pass over to number 10 of North Central.
Right now the puck is just being held in center ice.
Johnny Morris
Carmel's
from
looking
Carmen
for an opening here.
picked it up, dumped it into the zone, and Carmel's going to get some fresh legs on there. We also might mention that the skaters normally go 2.5, 3 minutes max, and they've expended all the air in their muscles, and then they put a fresh line on here. So here comes the puck now. It's controlled by the Icehounds, taken back to the point. Mark Gray dumps it over to center. It's cleared by the red lines, dumped into the blue line, carried in there by Scotty Hill. Scotty Hill looks, taking a look for somebody to see if he can get a shot. Skates around behind the net. It's taken. There's a shot there by John Wagner, was missed and cleared by North Central. North Central takes a rush, and I believe there's a pass
open.
coming over to.
There's a
oh
goal.
Boy!
Good effort on North Central's part. They stayed with it. They had Whitaker open on the right wing. The goalie has to watch that puck. He's got to keep that 5-hole closed, and went right through the 5-hole, which is right between his pads.
Well, I'm not real sure who gets credit for the goal. I will stand by for the official announcement. But it was Carmel went down. They were in their zone. They took 2 or 3 shots down there. The pass was an outlet pass, and the defenseman just sort of.
They were caught flat-footed here at the blue line. They've got to keep their feet moving.
Well, we see Rob Whitaker is about ready to take the face-off there. He's the captain of the North Central squad as a senior. The puck is controlled by the Icehounds. It's dumped into their zone. Whitaker is driven off of the puck by Scott Hill. Puck is still controlled.
Should get a shot here, office.
Goal scored by number 15, Andy Farr. Assisted by number 17, Rob Whitaker. Farr from Whitaker.
Okay, they just announced a goal. Andy Farr from Rob Whitaker on the assist.
So the Icehounds find themselves down 1-0 with about 3 minutes into the first period. And now their work is cut out for them, and that takes the edge off for North Central. They got the butterflies out.
Carmel just dumped the puck into the zone, hoping to control it. They do have control of the puck now. There's an opportunity down in the corner. This is where the play gets tough along the boards.
Well, right now the puck is being controlled by North Central. North Central dumps it out. It's going to come all the way down, and I believe they're going to probably call icing, and they do call icing. So with 11:09 remaining in the first period, the Icehounds are going to regroup. Coach Ginnon is standing down here talking to one of his young players, Josh Janko. And we might just look. Did we hear that Josh had his first goal last night?
I understand that he is a freshman, and last night was his first goal of the season. And according to Coach Ginnon, it was a well-played goal. That he had a very good shot into the corner. North Central controlled the face-off, or Carmel controlled the face-off.
It looks to me, Mike, at this point, the play is still just a little ragged, but it looks to me like North Central is beating the Icehounds to the puck right now, and I know that's not going to make Coach Ginnon very happy. Here's a rush by Corey Ringo. Corey just joined the team a couple weeks ago. He moved in from Toronto, and actually Corey just made a brilliant pass over there to the left wing, and Carmel has tied the game. The Icehounds have tied the game, and that's how fast it happens. It's 1-1. And I believe we're going to see Ben Cole, I believe, got the goal. But we'll stand by for the official announcement. But that was a case there, Mike, where Corey Ringgold took the puck, skated down. The left wing was open, passed it over, and it's 1-1.
That's what it takes. You got to follow that man with the puck into the zone, because he's got the opportunity. If he takes the shot and the goalie gives up a rebound, there's going to be somebody there to put it in. Or if nothing else, he's got somebody to pass it to on the other wing.
Well, I was wrong. It was number 17, Neil Mullett, and that'll bring his goal production up to 3 this year. But it was absolutely a nice pass by number 9, Corey Ringo. So we're back to live action. The puck is being controlled back behind the Carmel net. Carmel's looking for an outlet pass, gets it up to the wing. So it's got a nice rush here. They need to spread out a little bit. Puck's up against the board, taking a look, dumped into the Carmel zone. Puck's ridden off there by a North Central player. And another shot and another save. Well, the Icehounds now are getting some penetration on the goalie. Let's see, did we catch who's in goal for North Central this evening? I can't make out his number.
See his number.
I can't make out his number from here.
Number 1, Mike Nevitt.
Mike Nevitt.
Freshman goalie.
Freshman goalie. So this will be good experience for Mike. So far he's faced about 4 or 5 shots and has saved 3. The puck is dropped. Is controlled by North Central. North Central taking a look, trying to get it out to one of their wings. Got it over the red lines at center ice. Taking a look here, we got a 3-on-2, drop pass back, and Mikey McDonald picks it up for Carmel, skates it down, gives it to Danny Baja. Danny Baja lays a pass back, is intercepted by North Central. North Central is rushing the line, dumps it in, and is taking a shot. That was Munson, and Jason Schubert covers up. Mikey McDonald from Carmel, from the Icehounds, has the puck. Taking a look, Bo West picks the puck up, 18 for Carmel, gets it up along the boards, dumped back into the North Central zone. North Central player picks it up behind the goal, gets it out. Bo West keeps it in, takes a shot, and it was actually a nice save by North Central. The defenseman laid down there, and how many times have we seen that over the years? That takes real sacrifice. Here's
Part of
North
the game
Central.
is giving up your body at times, and he did that and took the shot right into his pads as he was laying on the ice, but it did keep the puck from going toward the goalie and allowed him to break it out of the zone.
Here's Danny Baja taking the puck the length of the ice, takes it into the zone, looking for somebody for a little help. We've got the center is open, can't find the men, comes out. John Morris has the puck, all's written off.
There comes
Rob
Whitaker.
Whitaker's got the puck. He's bumped off. He does get a shot, and it was wide. The action is fast and furious down here now. Mikey McDonald from Carmel takes it.
Another
It's
steal
poked off by Whitaker. Whitaker takes a shot, was wide. Puck is picked up by John Morris. Picked up there by Danny Baja over to Mike McDonald. I believe this is the line you were talking about. Had 45% of the goals. Puck is ridden off by a North Central player and comes back down, and looks like we might have an icing call. And indeed we do have an icing call.
Yeah, this line has produced 51 goals so far this year out of a total of 119 that Carmel has scored. So Danny Baja has got a good year's experience playing with one of the top lines last year in Carmel, and was very productive last year in scoring goals and assists.
Now remember, as we go along, Mike and I are going to be picking out the Cleverly Cadillac player of the period. And this period you're watching North Central, Mike, and I'm watching Carmel. We're back to live action. The puck is had the face-off. It's in the North Central zone. North Central player is trying to get it. He's got it. It comes up along the boards back to the point. As it kept in very nicely there. It's controlled now by a Carmel player, Scott Hill, number 8. Scott Hill dumps it in to the North Central zone. And we're back. The North Central's looking for an outlet pass. It's a little ragged. The passes are just kind of not really quite on the sticks yet. Now it's dumped out of the zone. It's at neutral ice. The puck now is dumped into the Carmel zone. It's picked up by Danny Fagan. Danny Fagan's trying to get it over there, and he does. There's a nice pass, and it's out of the zone, back to neutral ice, back in the zone. Delayed offsides. Now we're taking Danny Fagan back to live action. He takes it over for Brandon Reeve. Brandon Reeve skates out, didn't quite get it out of the zone, but Dan Fagan does, and Carmel looks like they're getting ready for an ice change. Well, here we go. We got some new. We got Petey Ray out there, Josh Janko, Bo West, and Neil Mullett. And we know that Neil Mullett's all excited after that goal. Well, we're at the 6:42 mark of the first period, where the play is just a little ragged, and I know that probably will drive Coach Ginnon nuts.
Here's a possible break. He's got a man on his wing. Lost control of the puck. Couldn't keep it on his stick.
Well, and that was Corey Ringo. Again, this is just his third or fourth game, and he shows a lot of potential, Mike. So the puck is still down in the North Central zone. Carmel on the attack, putting a lot of pressure on the North Central goalie. There's a lot of sticks, a lot of pushing and shoving. North Central comes up with the puck, gets it out of the zone. Carmel player touches it, comes down, and Jason Schubert, the Carmel goalie, takes the puck over to Petey Ray. Petey Ray pushes the puck up to Corey Ringo. Comes off of his stick, is back in the Carmel zone. Again, Petey Ray looking to regroup. Misses the pass off of the boards and is dumped back in here. Petey Ray is going to go after the puck again. He takes control of the puck, looking for Bo West, and just about killed his player there with that slap shot, trying to get it out of the zone. I think
he's looking for a change.
I think he was looking for a change. That's right. So we're going to get some new defensemen out there. We got Burko and Bo West. That was a nice play there. Puck ridden off. Ben Cole takes the puck for Carmel. It's a nice pass, just missed. Got to John Wagner. John Wagner dumps it in to Brian Smith. Brian Smith has got the puck for Carmel in North Central zone in the corner, and we've got a. I think we're going to have a minor penalty here, Mike. It looked like there might have been an interference call or something down in the corner. So what we'll do is we'll wait for the official announcement here. I believe it's going to be called on Carmel.
Brian Smith's going into the box.
Brian Smith is going to be here's the announcement.
At 8:50 in the first period, number 12, Brian Smith, 2-minute minor for holding. Carmel penalty.
Well, that's what it was. It was a 2-minute minor for holding. It didn't look like much of a penalty there, but the officials saw it as that. So now we're going to have North Central will have the power play advantage here for the next 2 minutes, which will take us down to the 3:02 mark of the first period. So let's watch North Central and see if they can set their power play up. The puck is controlled by North Central back in their zones, brought up to center ice, and the puck is dumped into the North Central zone, but it's controlled by Burkle from Carmel, given to Mikey McDonald. Mikey McDonald ridden off of the puck, taken by Danny Baja. Danny Baja skates down the ice to the center line, takes in the North Central, and boy, that was a great effort on Danny Baja's part. There's the puck. Now we got a 2-on-1 from North Central with one defenseman, and shot and saved by Jason Schubert.
Schubert has made two very good saves in this power play. He had one just previous to this where the shot was taken and it was redirected by a stick. And a goalie's biggest nightmare is those tip pucks. And Schubert made a great save on that one and then made another excellent save right in the pads here.
Well, we watched Jason Schubert play the game of his life here a couple of weeks ago. He had a shutout, and he played just absolutely brilliant that evening. That first puck, that first goal that went in, I think maybe he was a little stiff, not warmed up, wasn't in the flow, and he's really an excellent goalie. So we're back to live action. We have 1:13 left in the Carmel Icehounds penalty. The puck is being controlled at this point by North Central in their power play. Of course, they have the man advantage. They have their defenseman's bringing it over the line. He's in. Let's see if they can set something up. He's looking for a little help. He takes a shot, and it's controlled by Mark Gray. Mark Gray shoots the puck the entire length of the ice. That'll take about 15 or 20 seconds off of there. We can hear Coach Ginnon down here giving some instruction to his defenseman, Bo West and Mark Gray. And here it again. North Central on the attack, skates up to the red lines. Passed over there, is going to be brought into the zone. And actually that puck is laying right in front of the net, and Jason Schubert wisely covers up. Tyner did a nice job there from North Central. He brought that puck in with Lindstrom and A.J. Butler, and they waited around, and the puck, fortunately for the Icehounds, just sort of laid there.
Schubert did a very wise thing covering it up, because sometimes it appeared that his own defenseman didn't see the puck and was right under his feet, and very possibly could have kicked it in accidentally. And Schubert did the wise thing, just covered up, and let's take the face off.
Well, we're back to live action. Dave Monavani, one of our fine officials this evening, is about ready to drop the puck. He does. It's controlled by North Central. Bobby Yark takes a shot, was wide of the crease. We're down to 23 seconds, and if the Icehounds can get it the length of the ice or take a little more off of here, they're going to be back to full strength. So the puck is behind the net, is not controlled by anybody, as the North Central man falls down. Here we got John Morris. John Morris doing a nice job up against the boards. He's really putting the pressure on. Corey Ringo comes in. Corey Ringo's got the puck looking for an outlet pass. Nice check right in front of us. And both teams are now at full strength. So the Icehounds did a nice job controlling that. Now I believe we're going to have another penalty called here. Dave Monavani has indicated to us right in front of us. He's going to call a 2-minute minor on, I believe it's John Morris, number 11, for cross-checking, I believe, or checking from behind. So we'll wait and hear the official announcement here. Well, they're just a little slow on that. Did you see that, Mike? I didn't actually see that penalty. Here's the penalty.
Number 11, John Morris, 2-minute minor for cross-checking.
I think it occurred behind the play, Fred, as it was in center ice. John and one of the North Central players were skirmishing a little bit back here in the corner.
Well, that's unfortunate because the Icehounds had just killed that 2-minute minor penalty to Brian Smith, and after the play was over, they get called for another one. And those penalties, as you know, you've coached long enough, those penalties absolutely kill you. I don't care how good of a team you are, how good you're playing. When you get a penalty, it just takes the rest of the guys right out of the game.
You can't keep giving a team power play either, Fred. Sooner or later they're going to take advantage of it. and score a goal on you, and it's so many times they're unnecessary.
Well, we're back to live action. Mark Gray from the Icehounds clears the puck down the length of the ice, shoots it in the North Central zone, and that'll take about another 20 seconds off the clock. Danny Fagan, Bo West, and Ben Cole for Carmel are back on the ice. Got some fresh legs.
John
Bo
Wagner's
West
out there also.
It's got the puck, dumps it in. It's come down into the Carmel zone. Dan Fagan looks around to see where we're at, and we've got an icing call. Icing on North Central. So what that does is that's going to take the puck. It gives the Icehounds a little chance to regroup, catch their breath, and really not a real smart call on, or a real smart play, I should say, on North Central's point at this time.
You've got to control the puck and skate it down when you've got a man advantage. Coach Ginnon's teams have always been very good at killing penalties. He'll have somebody in there forechecking and bothering them, trying to break it out, and his defensemen do a good job of clearing the puck.
Back to live action. The puck is controlled by North Central. It's actually in their zone. They're looking for an outlet. Carmel's doing a nice job keeping the pressure on the players. Here's the puck dumped out to center ice. Is taken by Garrick Heineman. Garrick Heineman takes it down, takes a shot. We've got 28 seconds left in the power play. It's controlled by the point. The defenseman shoots it in. Was well wide of the net. Butler takes the puck for North Central. There it is by John Wagner. John Wagner knocks it out. It's going to go down to the North Central zone, and that should just about do it, Mike. We have 10 seconds left in this penalty, and I know Coach Ginnon is going to talk to his players at the end of this period and talk to them about these penalties. We're down to 1 minute left, and it looks like we might have another penalty called here.
Another penalty call. Got a holding call on somebody and a roughing call, it looks like. So 2 people could be going off on this one.
Well, the officials have been, this was called by Bill Thompson this evening. Bill is one of our better officials. And let's see what that call was. I think the play, what they're going to do is they're going to give North Central and Carmel both 2-minute minors.
That'll leave the teams at even strength.
So I didn't really see the.
No.
I didn't really see
Carmel
what.
has 2 penalties.
Well, so far they're putting this up on the scoreboard. Here we go with the penalties.
Penalty number 7.
Ben Cole has 2 minutes.
Ben Cole, 2-minute minor for roughing.
Roughing.
Minor penalty number 6, John Wagner, 2-minute minor for holding.
Well, after going 4 minutes, 1 man short, they now got to go another 2 minutes, 2 men short. And if they can pull this one off, then perhaps we've seen a trend for the game that Carmel may be playing from behind all night long. If they've got to stop these penalties.
Well, let's see what happens here. We're back to live action. North Central, Lindstrom from North Central brings the puck in to the Carmel zone. It's controlled by North Central. North Central, the puck's picked up by Scotty Hill from Carmel. Done a nice job looking for Danny Baja. The puck goes off of his stick, but takes precious seconds off of the clock. Scott Hill, defenseman, looking back, trying to keep the puck in, does a nice job, dumps it back into the North Central zone. And there's an outlet pass by North Central, which is missed. Scott Hill's all over the ice right now. Gets it up to Danny Baja. Danny Baja dumps it into the corner. And we know we're going to get out of this period with 7 seconds left. And, Mike, are you about ready for our Cleverly Cadillac player of the periods?
I think so.
Well, let's see here. Let's just recap. If you and I were recapping this period, I think we saw the first 4 or 5 minutes get off to kind of a ragged start. The play kind of settled down there for about the next 3 or 4 minutes, and then it seemed to get very ragged at the end, and I think it's because of the penalty situation to the Icehounds.
Coach Ginnon is definitely going to have something to say to the players about these penalties. You cannot play, as we said, 1 or 2 men short and expect to win a hockey game. They're going to have to get the play a lot more organized. They're playing too much in center ice. They've got to keep the puck down in the North Central zone if they want any chance of winning. They've got to put shots on this freshman goalie and test him. And so far, they haven't tested him too well. He's responded with what shots he's had rather well.
Well, we've had quite a few shots, but the caliber of shots really have not been a lot of power and a lot of authority. So, well, let's go over the Cleverly Cadillac period of player of the period. Mike, who are you going to choose?
I think I'm going to have to choose a young man that scored the goal in the first period. Not necessarily because he scored the goal, but the way he looked the goalie off and and had a man on his wing and really played the shot well and put it into the 5-hole, and he skated with a good effort the entire first period. So my pick for the Cleverly player of the period for North Central is Andy Farrar.
Andy Farrar, okay. Tell you who I'm going to go with. I was watching the Carmel squad. I'm going to go with number 17, Neil Mullet. Neil is a sophomore. He plays left wing. He also had a gold, but more important than that, I watched him the entire period, and he played his position about as well as anybody out there on the ice. So that'll bring his gold production up to 3 for the year. He's a sophomore. It's a very important gold. It's 1-1, and I think he did quite well, Mike.
No question about it, Fred. You got to play your position. That's one of the things that Coach Kinnan gets upset most about when he finds people on the ice that are out of position. Right now, he's got, again, 3 of his most seasoned players out there to kill off this 2-man disadvantage. He's out there with Mikey McDonald and Scott Hill and Johnny Morris.
On the other side of the coin, as we get ready to drop the puck here to start the second period, I noticed that North Central is going with a relatively young lineup. They've got 3 freshmen out there on this line. So maybe this is the wave of the future. There's a shot taken by one of the freshmen, Bobby York. Bobby York's shot goes wide. There's another shot. Jason Schubert's getting a tester. We've had 2 quick shots. The puck is ridden off into the corner down there, controlled by one of the North Central players looking for an outlet pass. Mikey McDonald from Carmel takes a look. It's come back to the point. Weak shot there, controlled by North Central. And back to the point again. And dumps in a little backhand. It's controlled by Carmel, and it looks like we're going to get it back down in the North Central zone. And, Mike, we're down to 18 seconds, so if North Central doesn't hurry, they're going to lose their advantage right here, and they don't seem to be taking much time. There's the puck driven in there by Lindstrom, I believe. Lindstrom goes down to the ice, centers the puck. Was a nice kick save by Jason Schubert. We're down to 2 seconds, and Carmel's going to kill the penalty. The Icehounds did a nice job there.
They did an excellent job of killing this penalty, and that's got to take a little bit of the wind out of the sails of North Central.
Oh, great pass. I tell you, A.J. Hollinsworth, number 14, picked that pass up, took it on the backhand, flipped it over to Danny Baja, and Danny Baja put that puck right on the pads. That was absolutely a great save, but more important than that, it was absolutely one of the nicest passes I've seen all year from A.J. Hollinsworth.
He just reached around and pulled that puck behind his back. He knew Danny would be there, and he had confidence in the fact that Danny would be there. And you have to give a lot of credit to the North Central goalie, who came up with an absolute super save.
When you take a look at the statistics there, Mike, you can tell that A.J. is a very unselfish player. He's had 5 goals, but more importantly, he's had 15 assists.
Well, if that's indicative of what he does out on the ice, you can see why he's had so many assists.
And back to
Here's
live
another
action.
Opportunity.
A.J. centered that puck right in front of the net, but unfortunately it was a missed opportunity. We're back to live action now. We're back in the Carmel zone, controlled by one of the Carmel players. And we got a stoppage in play, and I believe we had an icing.
What year is that young man, A.J.?
A.J. is a sophomore. He plays right wing, and this is his first year with the Carmel Icehounds.
He's been playing hockey, I can see, for 9 years, so he started as a young man, probably in the Youth Hockey Association here in town, but he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's a good, hard-working player.
We have to apologize here. We're having some kind of problems here with our audio. I can hear your microphone fade in and fade out. So if we go off of the audio portion momentarily, why stand by. Carmel has control of the puck right now. We're still at 1-1. The Icehounds have killed 3 power play opportunities thus far.
The last one being a 2-man power play for North Central. 5-on-3 advantage. You have to score when you get those 5-on-3 advantages for 2 minutes.
Okay, here comes Carmel. Carmel on the attack. The pass is made up, and Carmel takes a shot that was actually off of the stick of the defenseman from North Central. Lindstrom from North Central has the puck. It's taken out by Petey Ray. Petey Ray winds up, takes a shot, and actually the puck ends up over here by the broadcast booth. Bo West, Neil Mullet, and Corey Ring go out on the attack for the Icehounds. John Wagner might have saved a goal right there as he went down the ice. He tied that wing up from North Central and didn't allow him to get the shot off. Here we go again. Shot taken.
On goal.
Save. Another shot. Saved by Neil Mullett. Neil Mullett's playing a nice game
Been
this
very
evening.
active, very active out there on the ice.
Josh Janko from Carmel ridden off of the puck, taking a look, and he's looking for the puck. Scott Hill comes over to help out. Puck's up along the boards and controlled by North Central. See if North Central gets it out, but Neil Myers intercepts the puck. Goes down into the Carmel zone, picked up there by Scott Hill, I believe. Here's an outlet pass up to the center, up to Danny Baja.
That's Hill with the
That's
puck.
Scott Hill, excuse me. Puck dumped back into the Carmel zone. Carmel's looking for an outlet pass. Coming up on the 10-minute mark of the second period, excuse me. As we mentioned before, we'll be watching the players here for the Cleverly Cadillac Player of the Period. This period, Mike Schuckman will be watching the Carmel Icehounds, and I'll be watching the North Central Panthers.
Did we get the shots on goal after that first period, Fred?
I did not hear I think we were talking actually as they were announcing the shot, so we'll see if somebody can give them to us. There's a great shot, a nice shot by Brandon Reeves. Unfortunately, it was a little high and it drove the goalie right back into the net.
So far this period, Carmel's putting forth a lot better effort than they did in the first period in terms of offensive production. The wings are keeping their feet moving and they're moving around. They're getting the puck back to the point and allowing the defenseman to get the shots off. Here's another effort.
Bo West. Boy, what a nice move there. Bo West took that puck, was very patient, and made a right upper hand over the shoulder of the goalie from North Central. That was a great effort.
Took that shot just past the left-hand face-off circle and had the goalie beat all the way. Great effort on his part. He kept control of the puck. He picked it up just outside the blue line, skated it into the left wing, and the goalie went down a little bit early, and Bo saw the upper corner and took advantage of it. That's his third goal of the year, Fred.
Well, that's real good. I've watched him. He's come along. This is his first year. He's actually a sophomore, and he's played extremely well. Bo West has kept the puck alive. There's a nice pass. We're back to live action right in front of the net. Well, Carmel is definitely, the Icehounds definitely dominating the play right at this moment in the second period. Brandon Reeve takes the puck looking for a centering pass. It's out to the point.
There's a good exchange. Bo West was out at the point. He picked the puck up, skated it in, and the wing number 7 skated out. Ben Cole to take the point.
John Wagner took a nice shot and a follow-up. Unfortunately, the North Central goalie come up real big there.
North Central goalie is being tested. This young man, this freshman goalie, Mike Nevitt, is being tested this period because Carmel is definitely dominating at this point in time. I think a lot of it had to do with North Central not converting on those 4 minutes of a one-man advantage and 2 minutes of two-man advantage, and it probably took a little bit out of them. And Carmel, in the meanwhile, has picked it up a notch or two.
Well, looking over the lines that are out there right now, I'd say that Coach Ginnon has a new line out there. He's got Mikey McDonald, Danny Baja, A.J. Hollinsworth, and I believe Danny Fagan and Bo West are out there at defense. This is a little different look. That is Dan Fagan back there. So the puck is controlled right now by North Central. North Central player getting it in. That's Rob Whitaker. Rob Whitaker makes a pass over to center, which is intercepted by Danny Baja. Danny Baja skates down the length of the ice. Was sandwiched between 2 North Central players and gets the puck out over the center of the red line. It's driven into the Carmel zone, and a shot and a save by Jason Schubert. That was actually a very hard shot.
Very good save by Jason. The shot is low on the ice and probably the hardest play for a goalie to make is a low shot, because when you get them up in the air, they can glove them or get their body in front of it. But down on the ice, they've got to use their stick or their feet.
I was taking a look here while there's a little break in the action. The Icehound goalies, Jason Schubert, number 1, has played 12 games and has won 6. And Mark Bunton has played in 10 games and won 6. So they're both 6-6.
I see also that Schubert has a good goals against average at 3.32, which is very good at the high school level, because they're going to face a lot of shots. Great drop pass.
Boy, that was actually just one of the nicest. We've seen 2 nice drop passes this evening. That pass was by Reed Myers, number 16, and that's what teamwork's all about. There's well, he was just a little late there, kept into the zone. Reed Myers was open, standing right in front of the net. He's back over in the corner. Scotty Hill shakes off the puck. It's out of the North Central zone, picked up by the North Central player. Now it's a 2-on-1 from North Central. North Central passes it over, and it was intercepted by the defenseman from Carmel. So it was a missed opportunity.
That was Reed Myers back there to break up that play, Fred.
Reed Myers is having a good period. It's been kept in there by North Central. Now it's controlled by Carmel. I believe that was Dan Fagan. Dan Fagan gets it out of the zone. Now it's dumped back into the Carmel zone. The center line, North Central looks like they want a line change. They do change the line. This would be a good opportunity here if Carmel can get an outlet pass. They do get the outlet pass. It's over to Brandon Reeves. Brandon meets 3 North Central players, and he's the only one standing up. Here's the North Central taken by Whitaker, or Whiteacre as we like to call him.
Affectionately.
Here's a nice pass into Carmel. Another nice drop pass, but unfortunately is missed. Petey Ray, the Carmel defenseman, turns around and gets back. Taken by Rob Whitaker, takes it down into the Carmel zone. Puck lays there. Puck picked up by the Carmel defenseman. Ringles has control of the puck, passes it over, takes a shot, and the North Central goalie come up big. That was a great pad save there.
I think the Carmel hockey player may have held on to the puck a little bit too long, got in a little bit too close to the goalie before he tried to execute the shot.
Well, we're 2-1. Carmel Icehounds are ahead of North Central. We're at the 5-minute mark of the second period, and it looks to me like North Central is a little tired. They wanted to get a line change, so they shoot the puck down the length of the ice, and we've got a little pause in the action here as Carmel changes players.
I think you mentioned the fact that North Central is a little tired. You can see that North Central is being beaten to the puck now by Carmel, and it's probably only going to get worse in the third period as their legs get even worse. You mentioned the drop pass many times, and I know, having spent some time on the bench with Coach Ginn in the last 2 years, he absolutely insists that the Carmel hockey players, as they're skating into the zone, be aware of where their teammates are and use the drop pass, because it really puts the opposing team at a disadvantage. But he does not like a blind pass. He wants you to know where you're passing it. And the drop pass is normally very, very effective in allowing a shot to be getting.
So here we go, Mike. The puck has been dropped. It's controlled right now by North Central. They do have some fresh legs out there. Ridden off the play by Mark Gray. Mark Gray looks up to Ben Cole. Ben Cole takes the puck, loses the puck. Mark Gray picks the puck back up for the Icehounds. Skating up the ice, dumps it into the North Central zones, drops it back to Brian Smith. Brian Smith gets it over to Dan Fagan. Dan Fagan takes a shot, a little wide of the net. John Wagner back, misses the puck. Puck's controlled now by North Central. North Central is going to have a rush here. Runs into the Carmel defenseman. Is actually in the Carmel zone right now. Carmel Icehounds looking to take control back of the puck. We're down there. We got some sticks kind of flying here a little bit. Puck is ridden off of there. North Central.
Here's a 3-on-1.
Carmel takes it. Let's see what happens here with the Icehounds. They drop it back. Puck is over. Let's see. John Wagner's opened in front. Brian Smith missed him. Ben Cole goes over into the corner looking to take control. John Wagner gets a stick on the puck. Dumps it back into the right wing for Ben Cole. Brian Smith's open in front. Puck wouldn't come off of Ben Cole's stick. So here comes Rob Whitaker. Smartly takes the puck and gets it out of his zone for North Central. There's the puck is driven back into the North Central zone. A.J. Hollinsworth for the Icehounds back on the ice, makes a pass over, 2 passes, and a nice shot, and a great save. There was actually 2 shots there, and I believe that first one was by Mikey McDonald, and I don't know how he missed it. I don't know how they missed it, and we can hear Coach Ginnon over here saying that we took the worst shot.
He's asking the same question. He absolutely wants to know how they took that shot. They had the opportunity. They had a 3-on-1 and had the chance right up the middle of the slot to take the shot. You got your best angle at the goalie there because you're straight on to him. And I think what he's pointing out is that he wanted Danny to get that shot and let the wings break in for the rebound.
Well, we have an icing delay here. We're going to go over. We're still in the North Central zone. Carmel hopefully will take control of the puck, and we have 21, Josh Burkle, is back on the ice as a defenseman for Carmel. Back there with him is John Morris, the 2 defensemen. North Central has the puck right now, passes it over to their right wing. It's taken there to dump the entire length of the ice down in the Carmel zone. Carmel does have control of the puck, takes a look over to the wing. That was Mark Gray, I believe, up to A.J. Hollinsworth. A.J. Hollinsworth. Danny Baja comes over from Carmel but misses the puck. Mikey McDonald, 19, has it. Gets it back to his defenseman, Danny Fagan. Danny Fagan passes it up to Mikey McDonald. Mikey McDonald passes it over to A.J. Hollinsworth. The puck lays here, picked up by North Central. And let's see if we got it out of there.
Holdsworth, number 14, is really putting forth a great effort this period. He's very, very active and has led the rush on many occasions and gotten the puck in the right place for the shot to be taken.
Holdsworth, I think I said Hollinsworth, and Hollinsworth used to play for us for several years. It's easy to do. It's like talking about Rob Whitaker when we know his dad so well. It's hard not to say his name, so excuse me for mispronouncing his name. Well, we got a little stoppage in the action here. We're at the 2:08. We have 2:08 left in the second period. Again, we're going to be selecting our Cleverly Cadillac player of the period. This is a little more difficult. The action has been a little better the second period here, Mike.
Albeit the action has been controlled for the most part by the Carmel Icehounds.
Well, with a minute 56, Myers from Carmel takes the puck. Scotty Hill's taking a look, and Myers shoots. Oh, wow. Boy, that was a great save by that young freshman goalie from North Central.
That freshman goalie has really played well this period. He's probably faced double figures in shots, probably at least 10 or 15 shots, and has made some excellent saves.
Well, we got some pushing and shoving going on down right now. The action is definitely picking up. Myers takes the puck. It's over in the corner with Scott Hill. Scott Hill trying to dig it out. And we got a whistle, and I think we have an icing.
Frozen puck against the boards, looking for a face-off here in the zone.
That's a good opportunity with a minute 15 seconds left for both teams to get some fresh players out there. We see Brian Smith, John Wagner, Ben Cole, Dan Fagan, Mark Gray for the Icehounds. And I know Dan Fagan or Mark Gray would like to get this puck back here at the point and drive it home to make it 3-1. Puck is dropped. It is back, not quite to the point, and is out of the zone. It's controlled there by a North Central player. Takes it down in the Carmel zone, takes a shot. Nice save by Jason Schubert. Another shot was wide. Actually was not a shot, but was wide of the net. Puck is controlled now by the Icehounds, by Ben Cole. Ben Cole skates in, shoots, and scores. Whoa, wow. I tell you what, that was just about as nice as you can see it. Brian Smith took that puck, shot it across in front of the net, And John Wagner, number 6, gets credit for the goal. But that's about as good a teamwork as you'll see, Mike.
That was pass all the way, Fred. That was not a shot on his part. He saw Wagner waving with his stick in the air, put it right there where all John had to do was just put his stick on the ice and misdirect it, direct it right into the goal mouth. The goalie had to watch Brian Smith to see that Brian didn't take the shot himself.
Well, that's a nice combination because looking at the stats there, Brian Smith has 10 goals and 10 assists, and John Wagner has 12 goals and 15 assists. So that's a nice combination.
Well balanced.
Well balanced. So it's 3-1. Icehounds in the lead. The puck is controlled momentarily by North Central. We're coming up to 30 seconds left in the second period, and I see Coach Ginnon has a little smile on his face down there now. Just a little smile. Well, we can hear Coach Ginnon down there. If our cameraman can get a picture of him, he's a sight to behold. Well, there he is down there.
He's got both hands going.
He's got both hands. He has both hands going down there. Well, we're back to live action. We have 25 seconds left. The puck is controlled by Brian Smith from Carmel, passed over there. Oh, wow, that hit the North Central goalie right in the mask. John Wagner has it. Taking a look with 10 seconds. Passed over there by Brian Smith. It's kept in by a nice Josh Burkle. Did a nice job. It pops out of the zone. Carmel's going to regroup, and we have 1 second left. So, well, we're down. We've played two periods, Mike. The Icehounds lead 3-1. I would say that they definitely had the edge in that period.
No question about it. I think the only thing that kept North Central in this game from not being totally blown out right now is their goalie. That freshman goalie has just played an absolutely great period. And Carmel put forth a better effort offensively. I think Coach Ginnon was a little upset with some of the defensive lapses that allowed North Central to get some rushes in that period. But offensively, Carmel was very effective this period.
Well, we're going to pick our Cleverly Cadillac player of the period. Let's see if we can pick up the shots.
For the Carmel Icehounds, second period shots on goal 13 for a 2-period total of 20.
Carmel had 13 shots that period. It appeared that they were dominating, and I think the shots tell the story right there. They've had more shots, or as many shots that period as North Central has had the entire game, and only through the efforts of their goalie are they still in this hockey game.
Well, that's right. Actually, the shots are fairly close when you look at it. If I understood that announcement right, North Central has had a 2-period total of 13, and Carmel Icehounds has had a 2-period total of 20. From our vantage point here, it looks like the Icehounds are outshooting them significantly. So,
well, I think most of it came in this period also, Fred. North Central only had 5 shots this period, while Carmel had 13, almost a 3-1 disadvantage. And that's why we saw the game tied 1-1, because North Central did outshoot us in the first period and actually probably outplayed Carmel a little bit in that first period.
Well, there's a score up there, 3-1. We're down to our last 14 minutes in the third period, and we have yet to decide on our Cleverly Cadillac player of the period. So who's going to be your choice, Mike?
I think my choice was pretty clear that period. I have to go with the young man Holdsworth. He's put a great effort forth during the period and created many plays. And because of his efforts, we had probably 4 or 5 of those shots on goal, and one of them he did, in fact, get an assist that period.
Well, I tell you, it was very difficult. The North Central squad, they all played well, but I think I'm going to have to go with our old pal, the captain, number 17, Rob Whitaker, who's a senior and is playing center. He is playing his heart out here. We're back to live action. Puck is taken and controlled by North Central. North Central takes it, dumps it in, looking for somebody, but nobody's trailing in, so Carmel takes it. Josh Janko has control of the puck. It's dumped back into the Carmel zone by the North Central player. Petey Ray is moving the puck up to Corey Ringel. Corey Ringel passes it over to Bo West. Corey Ringel has the puck. Puck is ridden off, and it's back out. I hear a whistle, and I know we're going to have a minor penalty. And let's see what's happening here. we got some confusion on the Carmel bench, and Coach Ginnon is not happy. He is not happy at all. These penalties, Mike, as we were talking about, these penalties are absolutely kill you. It doesn't make any difference how good you are. The penalties kill you.
You can't continue to play at a disadvantage and hold it off. I think Coach is upset with the fact that we had a 3-on-1 rush and never even got a shot off.
Right. We had a 2-minute minor penalty assessed to 17 Neil Mullett for interference, I believe was the call. So again, the Icehounds are at a 2-minute disadvantage. They've got a power play going. North Central passes the puck back to the point. The right wing takes it, and Danny Baja clears it for Carmel, dumps it down into the North Central zone. To me, it doesn't look like North Central is well defined on their power play. They just seem to be passing around. They're actually not getting any shots at all.
They had the ice spread out well, but they weren't controlling the puck well enough to be able to set it up and get the shot, get the open man to get the shot. But they were positioned well on the ice. They just have to control that puck on their sticks and find the open man and have some movement. They were standing flat-footed.
And we have to give credit to the Icehounds. They're skating at a disadvantage right now. This is the 4th penalty. I think it's the 4th power play, 3rd or 4th, and they're at a disadvantage. Well, North Central has the puck right now. It's taken in. There's only one North Central player in the Carmel zone. Mark Gray has got control of the puck, puts it over to Danny Baja. Danny Baja loses it, controlled by Garrick Heidman from North Central. Rob Whitaker's back out on the ice. He takes a look.
There's a break.
Danny Baja has the puck for Carmel, skates the entire length of the ice, going to get a shot.
Great save.
Boy,
Great
it
save.
was. You're extremely right in your assessment of that freshman goalie. He's getting a test, and he's surviving the test at 3-1. There's been a lot of shots and a lot of hard shots. That was a hard save there. Well, we've got 13 seconds left in the power play. So again, it looks like the Icehounds have done a reasonably good job. We got one rush coming right there. It was taken, and it was actually wide of the net. So
I think his intention was to pass the puck, but number 19, Heitman, did not have his stick on the ice. All he had to do is have his stick down on the ice, and he could have tipped it into the open net there.
Boy, that is so elementary. Stick on the ice. How many times have we said that in our hockey days, Mike?
Probably far more than we care to remember.
Well, there was a nice pass centered. It was picked up by North Central by York. Did a nice job. Puck is passed over to Bo West. No, was not Bo West. I heard the save from here. I'm not sure who shot that. It might have been Josh Burkle, number 21. But again, another nice save by the North Central goalie.
Excellent save. Excellent save.
Well, I'm not so sure. Did we get both of our Cleverly Cadillac player of the periods?
Yes, we did. To repeat, the Cleverly Cadillac player of the period for Carmel was Holdsworth. And I think Whitaker was from North Central.
Is he playing left wing or right wing or center?
All of the above.
He's all the above.
All of the above, and he'll probably want to know where his Cleverly Cadillac is after the game.
Right.
Somebody's going to have to explain it to him. He doesn't win the Cadillac.
Well, 3 minutes have passed in the last of our 3 periods here. Play
Another
is down
save.
at the other end. Carmel putting a lot of pressure on the North Central goalie. They've been down in the North Central zone, have taken several shots here in the last 2 minutes. Here's the puck right now. It does come out of the zone back to neutral ice, picked up by the Carmel player, Johnny Morris. Johnny Morris taking a look over. Nobody from Carmel there. Ridden off the puck by Ben Cole. Ben Cole pushes it over to Josh Burkle.
Ben Cole, in that instance, used one of his biggest assets. He's a very, very large young man who's very, very strong, and use the physical skills that he has on the ice, and he can dominate play at times. He's a good, strong skater also. Here's the play in neutral ice again. I know Coach won't like that.
Well, right now we're getting back to the ragged play, and whenever you have ragged play, somebody's going to make a mistake. And I know Coach Ginnon is not going to like this. They've done so well. They were executing, they were passing, they were playing their positions, and now we've had a momentary lapse here in the action. So let's see what can happen. There's a shot back to the point. Slap shot taken. It was just a little high, went over the goalie. Down into the right corner of, as we see it, from the Carmel zone. Excuse me, North Central zone. Here's a shot and a goal. And boy, I tell you, that I believe that was Reed Myers, number 16. And if that's correct, I think that's his second goal of this evening. And again, he was very patient, and he put that in the upper left-hand corner, just like we saw down here in the first period.
Well, you probably saw on the tape as the shot was taken, because we had nobody in front of us and it was a clear view. He waited till the goalie committed himself. You were right when you say he was patient.
Well, okay, that's right, Mike. We saw that right. Reed Meyer took that pass from 15, Brandon Reeve, and Brandon Reeve has 8 assists now. He has about 4 times the assist that he does the goals, and took that to Reed Myers, and Reed, that's his 6th goal and his 10th assist, I believe, for the year. So he's a first-year skater. He's a sophomore, and he's playing extremely well.
Excellent effort on that goal, because the key word there, Fred, was patience. He let the goalie commit, and once the goalie commit, he had him beat. The goalie hasn't made very many mistakes, but when he has made one, we've taken advantage of it. The Carmel Icehounds have.
Well, we're about halfway through our final period of play. The puck seems to be laying there right now. North Central player does take it, gets it into the Carmel zone. Now it's back out. It's back out at neutral ice. Seem to be all bunched up right here in front of us. P.D. Ray from Carmel, the defenseman, has the puck back behind the net. Takes a look, gets a pass up to Neil Mullet. Neil Mullet misses it. Comes off of his stick. Jason Schubert takes a look there for Bo West, number 18. Bo West looking up to make a pass to Danny Baja, just off of his stick, back into neutral ice. Oh, this could be trouble right here. Here comes the North Central. Oh, well, we saw what we thought was going to be maybe a little breakaway there. North Central man was up there all by himself, but fortunately for the Icehounds, 2 defensemen closed on him very quickly. Back down into the North Central zone. North Central goalie come up with another big save. There's 2 shots down there. He's been on the ice for the last 10 or 12 seconds. The Icehounds put some pressure on him right there. Okay, here comes Carmel on the attack again.
Rolling puck, very hard to control a rolling puck. He's got it flattened out.
Josh
play.
Burkle is looking to get it up, and he does get it up to Danny Baja, number 10, the captain and the leader of the team. Danny Baja drives it into the center, back behind the net. North Central man takes it back over to Josh. Josh overskates the puck, picked up by North Central player. North Central player ridden off of the puck by a Carmel defenseman, and picked up by Bo West. Bo West skates over to the zone, takes a look, and gets it out, back over to neutral ice. And the puck is back into the Carmel zone. Josh passes it over to the other defenseman. Brian Smith, number 12 from the Icehounds, takes it, dumps it back into the North Central zone. Looks like we got a line change. Danny Fagan and Mark Gray, the defensemen, are out on the ice for the Icehounds right now. Puck is controlled by Brian Smith of Carmel. He's ridden off of the puck. And let's see what they can do. Mark Gray passes it over to Ben Cole. Ben Cole gives it to Mark Gray. Mark Gray gives it over to John Wagner. And the puck is just kind of here and there right now, Mike. We're up and down the ice. Not much going on. Dan Fagan takes the puck, gets it out of the zone. Mark Gray comes off his stick. Ben Cole trying to get it in. Mark Gray coming off the ice. And we got P.D. Ray, number 4, on for the defense.
Nobody seems to be taking control right now. They're batting it around. They got to keep it on their stick. There's a shot on goal. and another rebound shot. And the goalie
Brian.
made 2 good saves.
Excuse me, Mike. Brian Smith, number 12, made a real nice shot there. He was patient, but again, the North Central goalie come up big. We're at the about 5 minutes left in the last period. Score is 4-1 Icehounds.
I think unless some kind of disaster happens here in the next 4 minutes, Carmel should have this game in hand. There's 2 more saves by the goalie.
Well, I guess you and I have seen stranger things in our day. You can never count anything out. Here we go. This puck is controlled by North Central. North Central dumps it into the Carmel zone. We've got 2 North Central players and 4 Icehounds in here, and that's been kind of the story all evening. North Central gets it into Carmel zone, but there's only 1 or 2 men in there. They don't seem to follow the play.
I think that could be a little bit of inexperience with a young team as North Central has, and I'm sure their coach will get that straightened out before the season's over. They're only going to get better.
Well, I've been impressed. It's a young squad. They seem to have a lot of drive. They seem to know their positions. And I don't believe they've had a penalty this evening, Mike, have they?
No, sir, they've not. They've not had anybody go in the box yet, and Carmel has had 5.
Well, we got about 3.5 minutes left in our feature hockey game this evening. This is being brought to you by our friends at Cleverly Cadillac, and Mike Shookman and myself are trying to pick the Cleverly Cadillac players of the period, and then what we'll do at the end of the game, we'll try to arrive at 3 Cleverly Cadillac players of the game.
There was another good save by the North Central goalie, and it was not off the stick of a Carmel hockey player. It was kicked by one of his own defensemen, and you absolutely have to be aware of what's going on out on the ice there, even when your own team has the puck, because I think we've all seen it many times where you've scored on your own goalie. Setting up for the face-off in the offensive zone for Carmel.
Puck is dropped and controlled at the present time by North Central. Is given back up to Carmel.
John Morris pinched in from the point,
and it's back down into the corner, maybe back behind the goal right now. North Central looking to make an outlet pass. They do get it out to neutral ice. Puck ridden off there, player ridden off there by a defenseman and dumped into the Carmel zone. Picked up by Josh Burkle. Josh looks to make an outlet pass. He does on the ground. There's a nice pass. Neil Mullet takes it. Looks like he's going to skate the length of the ice. He's played extremely well tonight. It looked like he wanted to take that shot, and then he gave it up to the left wing there right at the last minute. Well, here we go. Mark Gray has the puck for the Icehounds. Passes up right on the red line. Neil Mullet back to Mark Gray in the Carmel zone. We're coming up to 2 minutes left in the game. Mark passes it up to Ben Cole. Ben Cole takes the puck. Picked up back by Mark Gray. Mark Gray over to neutral ice. Dumps it in to the North Central zone. And unfortunately, there's no winger there because he's tied up.
Play's getting ragged here toward the end of the game. Another good save by the North Central goalie.
Right, and that was Neil Mullet, 17, that took that shot. Mike, he's having a good game. He's having a real good game. There's another shot by Neil Mullet, and they got their sticks up, and I'm not real sure because it's a long way down there, but I think Neil Mullet, this second effort, I think he might have gotten that last goal.
Even if he didn't score, it was certainly his effort that caused the goal to be scored, whether it was his or somebody else's. He just stayed with the puck and kept going after it and did an excellent job on that shift.
We're reasonably sure that he'll get an assist.
12:22 Neil Mullet.
You were right, Fred. Mullet did score the goal.
Right, and Ben Cole, number 7, got the assist. Ben is even for the year now with 9 goals and 9 assists, and Neil Mullet, I believe, is up to 4 and 1 assist. So, but he's played an extremely hard, aggressive game this evening.
I think the key word there is aggressive. He's had his feet moving the entire game and skated hard.
Well, at this point right now, we have about a minute left in the game. The Icehounds are ahead 5-1. And Mike, it's a shame that first goal was allowed by Jason Schubert, because he again has played an absolutely great game. He's faced several shots and really deserves to have a shutout in this game. It's unfortunate that first one went in.
Opening jitters. It happens to the world's best goalies. It can certainly happen to Jason Schubert as well. It's going to happen at times, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
Well, we got a broken stick on the ice. Dave Manavani will pick up the stick, toss it over the boards, and we'll be ready to go for our last 42 seconds. The score is 5-1. Icehounds, again, their greatest test will come tomorrow against the Cincinnati Midgets. And let's see here, assuming that the Icehounds are going to win this game, and I think it's safe to say that they are going to win this game.
That'll move their record, I believe, to 13-11-1.
13-11-0.
0, no ties.
No ties. So we got another broken stick down there. Isn't that strange? We went all game, and in the last 5 seconds, we've had 2 broken sticks. So Scotty Hill, the defenseman, goes back for a new stick.
You notice in both instances, the player immediately dropped his broken stick. If he were to continue to play with the stick broken like that, it would be a penalty. Absolutely cannot play with a stick that's been broken. You have to discard it immediately and skate to the bench if you have the chance to get another one, or just stay out there and play without it. He had the opportunity to get to the bench because the play was breaking out of the zone at the time. 3 seconds left in the game.
Well, that's the end of the game, Mike. I guess we've seen a little bit of everything. We saw some penalties on the Carmel Icehounds. We saw North Central not give up at all. We saw them continue to dig the puck out, to pass, to take some shots. Again, Jason Schubert come up extremely big. I was impressed by the goalie of North Central.
No question. I think the North Central goalie, while we watched the teams exchange the traditional handshake at center ice, I think the goalie from North Central would be my choice. The freshman goalie at that would be my choice for the Cleverly Player of the Period, and I would have to say that he would be my choice for the Player of the Game, because he just put forth an excellent effort for the North Central Panthers. He kept them in this game. I don't think the score is indicative of how much Carmel dominated offensively. And it was only because this goalie and the job that he did. He made some tremendous saves, especially in the second and third periods.
Well, I have to agree with you, Mike. He played extremely well. This was a good test for him. He faced a significant amount of shots, maybe at least probably 30. I also am going to have to pick for my Cleverly Cadillac Player of the Game, number 17, Neil Mullett. I thought Neil Mullett just played an absolutely outstanding game. He skated very hard. He was around the puck. He made some nice passes. He had 1 or possibly 2 goals, and I just think he come on. He just had an absolutely great game this evening.
No question about it. He gave a great effort out there and was very aggressive around the puck.
Well, we have to come up with another player. I know who I would take another Icehound player this evening. How about you? Who do you think?
From Carmel's team?
From Carmel.
I would have to say that I was impressed with Brian Smith's play. I thought he did a good job in controlling the puck and finding the open man in the offensive zone. He and Holdsworth were excellent at that tonight.
Well, I tell you, that's who I'm going to take. I'm going to take A.J. Holdsworth. I thought that he also played his position. He executed his passes just extremely well. He seemed to have the presence of mind of where he was and where his teammates were, and that's who I'm going to take. I'm going to take A.J. this evening. I thought he played an extremely good game.
Very good choice. Very good choice.
Well, that's going to kind of wrap it up. I guess if we had a weak moment this evening, probably would be the penalties for the Icehounds. They didn't seem to get themselves untracked in that penalty department. I know Coach Ginnon is going to talk to them about the penalties. Other than that, Mike, I think they skated well, they executed well, they passed well. The Carmel Icehounds are a very unselfish hockey team. They're a very well-disciplined hockey team.
Well, I think unselfish is important in the game of hockey. A goal and assist, the last time I checked, still count 1 point. So it doesn't matter whether you score it or you pass it. It still counts 1 point in the scoring, and passing is a very important part of the game because it takes the goalie right out of the game if it's well executed.
Well, good. We hope all of our viewers have enjoyed this as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you, and we'll see you again. Good night.
Good night.